when. So let's try to answer this question. First, let's see how we can say when. How can we write it actually? So shemesh-ho. We know pretty much everything about this one. We know the first part, right? Shema. She. Ho. We know pretty much everything about this one. So Shema, we know that. Shema. She ho. She, we know, we just learned, right, from time. So she. And ho, we don't know ho. Let's try ho. Start very familiar with these two radicals, and then this. Shemesh ho. Let's try here bigger. Yeah, let's try it again. Yeah, let's try here bigger. There you go. Shemesh ho. So when something is going to happen. So there's a number of ways we can answer this. There's two words I'd like to introduce here. We talk about them, we use them a lot already. Xia and Shang. This energy here, so Shang. Okay, so how can you use these two? Xia generally is going to be talking about something that is coming, like for instance next week or next weekend or next month or next year. And Shang is something that already passed, right? I think, well, what is it? So this is last. So if you remember, Xia means down and Shang means up. So how you get from down to next and from Shang to last? Okay, here's an explanation. I hear one time, I don't know, maybe it's just right, or maybe it's just gonna be good for you to actually remember this. Let's say an almanac, right? You remember this almanac that they have the name 46, 6, 7, okay. Let's say this is an almanac with the dates, right? This one you take you move the page, you flip the pages, right? So the one that is up is the one that passed already, so it's last, and the one that is under is the one that is coming. So these are the days that are coming, and these are the days that already passed. I don't know if it makes any sense, but I hear that explanation, and somehow I don't know if it's true or not, how this thing happened, but at least it's helping me out remembering these two things, right? Xia for something that is coming, and Shang for something that already passed. Okay, so hope it can do the same for you. Okay, so Xia, so shemesh ho, right? And then we try a couple of answers. Let's try a couple of answers. So let's go back here. Shemesh ho. Shema. Shiho. Shema. So when? Let's say next week. How you say next week? I mean, yeah, next week. Next. Let's say week. So next is one next week. So next week is xia chou. Xia chou. So next week. That's gonna be next week. Now next weekend. How's next weekend? Xia, keep the xia. Chou mo. Xia. Chou mo. Next weekend. What about next month? So xia, we keep the xia, and then next month is yue, right? Let's try again. But this time we're gonna add ge. So xia, ge, yue. Adding the ge has a lot to do with the pronunciation. Okay, notice that these are 2 syllables, and these are 2 syllables too. This is xia chou. It has a lot to do with the pronunciation. Okay, so xia ge yue is next month. Okay, so next month xia ge yue. Okay, what about next year? Next year is a little bit different because there's a specific word for that. So next. Oh, got a better color. So next year there's a specific word for that, and that is min nian, right? This is the sun and this is the moon, right? And all together is min, which mean bright, very bright, right? So if you have the sun and the moon, you have something really bright. So this is what this thing means, min and nian, right? Min nian. So there's a specific min nian. So next year, okay? We don't use xia, we use min for year. So min nian, next year. Good. What about if something happened like last year, last week, last month? Let's see that. Last, remember we're gonna use shang for that. So 什么时候 last shang last week. Let's use this one. Shanga, Xinqi. Xinqi and Shou are the same thing, right? But for last, we like to use this one. Shangge Xinqi. Xinqi is weak also. Shangge Xinqi. So shangge Xinqi. 什么时候 when this thing happened? 什么时候shangge Xinqi last week. Last week. Now last weekend. We're gonna use the same. We can use the same. This one right here. Last weekend we can go. Shang Chou Mo. Shang Chou Mo. Last weekend. So Shang Chou Mo. What else? What about last year? Last month is Shangge Yue, right? Shangge Yue, like last month. 上个月. What about last year? Remember here for next year we change. We don't use xia, we use ming. For year is also there's a last year. There's also a specific way to say it. So last year is 去年. We can use 去年. 去, which is to go. It's like the year, the past, or something like that. 去年. 去, which is to go, right? This is the verb to go. 去 and 年. 去年. Last year. Okay, I'm gonna run out of space. 去年 is last year. Okay, so what I want you to remember here is we use xia for things that are coming, and shang for things that are already past. Okay. What about days? Today, tomorrow, and yesterday. Today, tomorrow, and yesterday. So we're not gonna use xia or sorry. We're not gonna use any of this one for describing today, tomorrow, and yesterday. There's the different ways to say it. So today is 今天. The same for days apply for years. So this year is 今年. We can use that, right, for 今年. 今年. Okay. Tomorrow is 明天. Same thing goes for a year, right? Next year it will be 明年. Okay, and yesterday for day and for year, this time is going to change. For days we're gonna use 昨天. We know 昨 already, right? And 天 also we know. So 昨天 is like this. 昨 like 刚昨 and 天. 昨天 is yesterday. But for year, remember we use 去年. We can use that, but also we can use 去年. And that would answer our original question, right? 什么时候? 什么时候?